Hello there. Thank you for watching. My name is Pauline Cheng and I am a Bazi coach. Welcome to my brand new channel where I will be sharing knowledge about the Chinese metaphysics tools called Bazi. Roughly translated, it basically means 8 characters. I have found this to be a great tool for life strategies, and like many other of my peers, I am passionate about sharing this knowledge. Well, now, I know that you are super confident about your abilities, as you should be. I know that you have full faith in yourself, as you should be. But if there were to be a shortcut that will allow you to know yourself better, well then, why not use it, right? So, to kickstart my brand new channel, I thought I would share some fundamental knowledge about the Chinese Zodiac signs. Alright, let me just share my screen here. 1 second. Specifically, we're talking about these 12 animal signs. Alright, and in the process, I hope to debunk some myths for you. Are they mystical animals roaming up there in the cosmos? Is it religion? Mere superstition? What? Right? So, let me give you some background. All astrological studies are exactly that, the study of stars. Western astrology with Cancer and Pisces and Scorpio, Bazi, Purple Star Astrology, Shimandunja, everything is the study of stars, constellations, and their effect on us, on humans. So, am I saying that the 12 zodiac animals are stars? No. Hang on a second, we'll get to that shortly. Now, just to give you some very deep background, for agricultural reasons, thousands of years ago, they needed an accurate way to track the changing seasons. They didn't have any satellites back then, right? So they noticed that the stars move in a predictable pattern. Everyone has its own orbit. So what they did first was they split the night sky into 12 sectors, like this. Having done that, they named the sectors, like this. I know you can't read the words, neither could the peasants, and that's why they created logos for them, pictograms for them, just like this. That's right, the animal signs are actually segments or quadrants in the night sky. So, because the peasants back then could not read, they had to give it an animal symbol. Now, much like marketing today, where if you were to see the M, the distinctive M, you would know that we're talking about hamburgers and McDonald's, right? So now, every Chinese New Year, well, there are plenty of online content talking about the coming year's forecast for each of the animal signs. All right, anyway, those, there are Bazi stars like Grand Duke, Emperor Star, maybe even Calamity Star, are actually stars and constellations. Now, basically, remember how I said earlier that the stars move in their own orbits? So when each star moves into a specific quadrant, that's when you get those batch of positive and negative stars for the year. So let's make a simple example. In 2020, the Sky Horse star was in the Pig quadrant, while the Sun Nobleman was in the Tiger quadrant. Come 2021, those stars would have shifted their position. They would be elsewhere. So now, a natural question, I guess, would be, who decides what year it is? Now, let me introduce you to this guy. The Dipper, also known scientifically as the Ursa Majoris or Ursa Major. This constellation doesn't move, it rotates. So, when the tail of the Dipper points to a certain quadrant, it is the year of that particular animal. Now, using this photo that I found on a Google search, I superimpose the earlier quadrants, and you get the year of the rooster. So when it rotates for 2021, it will be pointing at the ox quadrant. Oops, let me just push it back. Yep, it will be pointing at the ox quadrant, and therefore it is known as the year of the ox. Are you with me so far? That's great. So now, how do we use this information? Remember I said earlier that the stars move with their own orbits? To recap again, when the particular batch of stars enter the 12 different quadrants, that's how we determine the positive and negative forecast coming into your life for the coming year. To figure out what is relevant to you, we need to look at your Bazi chart. It looks like this. Okay, this is just a random sample chart that I plotted from the free JY Mastery Academy Bazi plotter. The link to it is in my description if you want to plot your own chart. Please bear in mind registration is required, but it's free. Now from this sample, just from the stars alone, we can see that this person is going to have a pretty good year in 2021. Now, I'm not going to go into the details about the stars just yet, not in this video at least, but I will be sharing more on them in the coming weeks. What I want to share with you today is how you can use these clues to align your plans and directions with the opportunities that have been given to you for the coming year. So where do you look? At all 4 pillars. Right? You can see the 4 pillars, which is the year, the month, the day, and the hour. Now, let me explain. There's a common misconception, again, of just looking at the animal sign from the year that you were born. Now, this tradition is carried over from millennia ago, when during those times, their record keeping was, well, not the greatest. And most people probably only know their year of birth. They may not know for sure when they were born because nobody kept accurate records. But for this purpose, you should be looking at all 4 of the pillars because they correspond with different aspects of your life. Now, if you don't know your time of birth, that's all right. Just look at the 3 that you have. So coming back to this example, for this individual, there are opportunities to be seen as a leader in his or her industry and social networks. Nowadays, we call it a KOL, isn't it? Now, in his or her business, there are opportunities to resolve problems. In his or her personal life comes an enhanced ability to understand and resolve complex issues. That's a great thing to have. So if you were this person, what will you do? Perhaps use the enhanced ability to understand and resolve complex issues, publicly share his or her knowledge to gain an expert's podium. Now, what if this person does not consciously take the steps to do that? Well, then nothing. A year's worth of positive energies would have been wasted. Nothing happens. Because here's the thing, the free will and the choice still belongs to you. Right? This is just a random example. We're not yet taking into account various other relationships in the chart. We're just looking at the stars to formulate an overview. Which star is relevant to your plans? Well, it depends on what you want to achieve. So what we as practitioners can do is to share knowledge, but to gain proper clarity, please do yourself a favor. Book a proper coaching call with me or any one of my peers. All right. Now, why am I doing this? Again, I'm hoping to share this knowledge I'm hoping to inspire you to take positive action. Everyone keeps talking about how bad the year 2020 was. It's true, yes, it was bad. But listen, the more people out there taking positive action in bad times, the faster we collectively dig ourselves out of this hole. So, that ends my sharing for today. I'm just going to turn back to the camera view. Right. So, that ends my sharing for today. Feels a little bit awkward doing this by myself, but I thank you very much for spending your time with me. I hope you've gained some information and some clarity on what exactly the Chinese Zodiac signs are. Let's catch up again later. If you like what I do, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to be seeing you soon through my videos. Thank you and goodbye.